Hello, everyone. This is Kyle Galaz with Poor to Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. Here we are in Season 2, Episode 8. We're getting close to the end of Season 2, talking about closes. Thank you for finding the podcast. Thank you, listeners that are return listeners that send me Facebook messages. You know who you are. And give me support, Instagram messages. I even get messages on LinkedIn now, so I appreciate your guys' support and feedback. I'm glad I can help you guys out with your career. So we are in Season 2, Episode 8. We're going to be talking about the guilt close. How does the guilt close work? What is it? A lot of customers see a salesman as a robot. They don't have an emotional connection. No matter how much rapport you build, no matter how much you find out about the customer, no matter how much the customer knows about you personally, they still think of you as a robot that they can just kind of, well, thanks for your help, bye, right? And they can treat us like that. No matter how much time you have spent with this customer and done everything right, they can just leave without ever feeling that guilt. Like, man, this guy did do a lot for us. He's a great sales guy, honey. Shouldn't we just buy it? Okay. They don't have that emotion. We've all had that customer that's emotionless, and we're going to always have that customer in the future. They come and go, but we all have had them where they could care less about you, your time, your commissions. They don't care. So sometimes we got to snap that customer out of that mentality, and we use the guilt close. The guilt close is pretty simple because you're just going to reiterate what has happened since they came to the lot and how I would use it, and it worked great. It works better as a salesperson than a sales manager because I haven't spent time with, as a sales manager, I have not spent time with the customer to use the guilt close. So it really only works as a salesman, the guilt close. So I'm going to assume you did everything right with the customer because to get a customer to the desk, you pretty much have to do everything right unless you shortcut a bunch of stuff and then they just want your lowest price. So in this scenario, you've done all the steps of the sale. You've done everything right. You found the right vehicle. You got even the good numbers. They even like the numbers, but they want to leave. So this is where the guilt close comes in. Folks, when you guys showed up to the lot, did I solicit you to get here? Did I bug you to get here? No, we just met, right? You drove to the lot and you thought, hey, I want to go down to this dealership, see if I can find a truck. You came in, I met you, we shook hands. I felt like we've built a pretty decent friendship. And then you told me, hey, I want to find a truck for around $30,000. And we found that truck, right? You like the truck? Yeah. And now we're in my office after a couple hours of work and finding the right vehicle and doing the right payments. And now we have a number you like, but you still want to leave. Is there something I did wrong in this process to offend you? Or did I say something that's like, hey, we got to get out of here. I don't want to buy a car from this guy. Because I feel like over the last 2 hours of my time and your time, I've done everything you've asked me to. I showed you the right vehicle. We walked a lot. We answered all the questions about towing and this and that, and made sure all the features worked. Make sure it had all the right features. Got to the right price. Got to the right payment. And now you want to leave. So I just need to know, because if I go home and not ask this question, I can't sleep. Because all I'm going to think is, what did I do to lose this guy's business when I did everything the guy asked, right? Is there something I did wrong to offend you, or what's going on? Why do you want to still leave after I've done everything right? Okay, pause. Do you see how I'm starting to build some guilt in that customer? Even the emotionless customer will snap out of it and come around because you've confronted him with the fact that, hey, you came to me. I didn't drag you into the dealership as a salesman. You told me you wanted a $30,000 truck. You told me you wanted Bluetooth backup camera, leather, heated seats, and a heated steering wheel, and I found those. Okay, so we're kind of reiterating everything we did again with that customer, and now you're at the desk when I've done everything right, and you want to leave. What did I do something wrong? Because I've done everything you asked. Statistically, when someone does everything you ask, you complete a transaction, right? So you can tweak that close to how you need it to be, because there's a lot of variance of what you've done in that process, right? You ran across the street and got him a soda. You took him to the service department to meet your service manager. You know, that you got to just go over what you've done right with the customer. Now, if you truly offended him, he may say, you know, yeah, you did offend me when when you said this, or bashed on Chevys, and my dad's a big Chevy guy and I'm a Ford guy, right? You never know what could happen, but most of the time we don't offend customers. We're just doing everything we can to earn a sale and help a customer truly. But the guilt close snaps that emotionless customer out of it, because you're basically saying this: you came to me, you asked me for this, I delivered. You asked me for this, I found it. You told me you want to be at this in payment, I did it. What did I do wrong? Because if I go home tonight and not ask that question, I can't sleep. All I'm going to do is think about what did I do for this customer to leave? I did everything right. What did I do? So there's a couple things you got to be careful about when you're doing that close. First, you don't want to make them feel bad. You still want to keep the ether up of buying a car. You want to make this needs to be a fun event when they're buying a car, because customers like buying when they're having fun and smiling and laughing and joking. Customers like that. Their ether's up. So you still walk a fine line of making them feel like a pile of trash, but you can tactfully, by reiterating the deal and what you've gone through, tactfully tack on some, tactfully tact, is that a word? Sentence? Tactfully put guilt on them without them even realizing, because it's going to start brewing inside of them that, yeah, you know what? You're right. I did ask for everything that you've delivered. So yeah, let's go ahead and move forward with the truck. So work with that close, but I've used it so many times in my career with the emotionless customer. I can think of a few right now in my head from 5-6 years ago that it worked on. One, I'm going to give you a quick example since we're under 10 minutes still. I had a customer. It was snowing like crazy. It was crazy outside. We found a specific Chevy the guy was looking for. It was a red double cab with the longer bed. Okay, I can remember this deal specifically. And it was snowing like crazy. The truck was on one of our lots across the street, just buried in snow. But here's what I did. I didn't bring a snow broom out there and get all the snow off and then pull it in front of the showroom. I left all the snow on it, except for a little bit that I could see to drive it, parked it in the showroom, had them get in it while it was warm, and then broom the whole truck off in front of them. Remember, we are the greatest show on earth. You got to put on a show. If I didn't do that, then the customer would have thought it was already broomed off. I put him in the driver's seat, passenger seat, and then I broomed the entire truck. It took me like 7-8 minutes. But what was I building there? I was building a case for the guilt close. And guess what I used as my guilt close? You know, when I go out there and bring the truck up and I broom 5,000 pounds of snow off, I'm doing it because you asked me for the truck that you wanted. I'm not doing it just to get exercise, although I need exercise, you know. So I was able to use that snow removal in my guilt close, and they bought the truck. And it was one of those emotionalist guys. It worked. So think of some scenarios. You probably have already used the guilt close, but make sure you guys are doing stuff to be able to use the guilt close. You can't use the guilt close if the guy comes in, you say, yeah, let's sit at my computer. Oh, there's the truck. Haven't I done everything right for you? No, you pulled up a truck on the website, right? The guilt close doesn't work in that scenario. The guilt close works when you've gone through all the steps of the sale, okay? And now they want to leave. All right, guys, that was episode 8 of season 2. Now, one of the episodes coming up, it's the greatest close on earth. The greatest close on earth is coming up in either the next episode or the I don't know, but just get ready for the greatest close on earth. It's going to blow your mind. I can't wait. It's amazing. All right, Kyle Gloss signing out. Come find me on Instagram, YouTube. All the links will be in there to find me. Friend me on Facebook. Send me information, text messages, whatever you guys want to do to contact me. I appreciate the support. Kyle Gloss signing out.